If tomorrow, every human on Earth suddenly disappeared. No wars. No plagues. No screams. Just, puff. Gone. So, what would happen to Earth and everything we've left behind? One day after. One day after humans vanish. Planes keep flying for a few more hours, then run out of fuel. They fall silently, one by one. No explosions, just quiet crashes into fields and oceans. In cities, lights flicker, then fade. Without anyone to run power plants, the grid collapses. The world goes dark. The stars appear. And for the first time in thousands of years, Earth sees her own night sky again. Dogs bark endlessly, waiting for owners who'll never return. Cats, of course, act like they already knew this would happen. Refrigerators hum for a while, then stop. Milk spoils. And the smell of abandoned civilization begins. Traffic lights keep switching colors. To absolutely no one. 1 week after. A week passes. Nuclear power plants automatically shut down. Some stay safe. Others overheat, releasing radiation. A small reminder of human genius and carelessness combined. Subway tunnels begin to flood. Pipes burst. Without pumping systems, underground cities fill with water. Domesticated animals start to struggle. Small dogs can't survive. Big ones form packs. Cows wander into forests. Chickens become fox food. Meanwhile, in nature, birds sing louder. Deer walk down highways. Monkeys take over empty resorts. Planet Earth begins her long vacation. 1 month after. After 1 month, nature reclaims what humans borrowed. Grass pierces concrete. Vines crawl up buildings. Weeds decorate skyscrapers like green graffiti. No one trims the lawns. No one cleans the pools. Mosquitoes are thrilled. Oil refineries rust. Gas leaks burn out. And cities start to smell like compost and freedom. Air pollution drops dramatically. The sky clears. And the ozone layer begins to heal faster than any global agreement ever managed. If satellites could talk, they'd say, "Wow, that worked faster than expected." 1 year after. After a year, the last traces of electricity are gone. Batteries drained, servers dead, data lost. Everything humans ever uploaded, selfies, memes, passwords, turns into cosmic dust in forgotten hard drives. Bridges begin to crack. Asphalt melts in summer heat. Plants grow through it like they're laughing. Wild animals multiply. Wolves roam the suburbs. Bears raid cabins. Elephants stroll through farmlands without fences. Air quality is the cleanest it has been in centuries. Global temperature starts to drop slightly. The planet begins to balance herself. As if saying, "Finally, I can breathe again." 10 years after. 10 years later. The world looks like a post-apocalyptic painting. But strangely peaceful. Buildings collapse. Metal rusts. Wood rots. Cities vanish under forests. The Eiffel Tower is covered in ivy. New York becomes a swamp filled with trees, foxes, and raccoons. Tokyo is silent, only birds and wine through the glass towers. Domesticated species that adapt survive. Feral dogs evolve to look more like wolves. Cats thrive, obviously. Cows and pigs form wild herds. Some zoos break open, releasing new citizens into the ecosystem. Whales sing louder, because the oceans are quiet again. 100 years after. 100 years later. Human cities are only shadows. Concrete crumbles. Bridges fall into rivers. The only buildings still standing are made of stone temples, pyramids, and monuments. Forests cover most of the continents. pollution levels return to pre-industrial times. Radio waves fade. The last traces of human communication disappear into the void. Animals fill every corner once ruled by man. Lions in railway stations. Bears in movie theaters. And birds nesting inside luxury cars. If aliens passed by now, they'd never guess this planet once belonged to an intelligent species. 1,000 years after. 1,000 years later. No skyscrapers, no glass towers, no roads. Just trees, mountains, rivers. And maybe a few lonely statues staring into the distance. Plastic still exists. Floating in oceans and buried underground. The only proof that humans were ever here. A few radioactive sites still glow faintly. The scars of forgotten power. New species evolve. Old ones return. Earth becomes wild again. Beautifully chaotic. And somewhere, deep in the soil, your phone might still be there. Next to a fossilized slice of pizza. 10,000 years after. 10,000 years later. Everything human is gone. Languages, buildings, borders erased. But the planet still remembers. A thin layer of plastic and carbon marks the human era in the geological record. Future intelligent life, if it ever appears, might dig it up and wonder. Who were these creatures? And why did they make so many bottles? They'll find strange metal boxes, car bones, and glass rectangles once called smartphones. They'll stare at them, puzzled. And maybe think humans were some kind of religious cult worshipping screens. The irony? We were 100,000 years after. After 100,000 years, the last traces of humanity dissolve. Even our greatest monuments are gone. Mount Rushmore eroded. Skyscrapers are fossils. Continents shift. New species dominate. Evolution starts another story without us. Earth continues. Blue, alive, spinning around the sun. As she did for 4.5 billion years before humans ever existed. And if one day another species looks up at the stars and wonders if they're alone, maybe they'll find what we left behind. A thin signal. A fossil. A whisper of a civilization that once thought it would last forever. Epilogue. So what happens if humans disappear? The Earth recovers. Life moves on. The noise ends. The green returns. And nature, patient as ever, presses reset. Maybe the real question isn't how the planet survives without us, but how long it can survive with us. Learning through questions. Like and subscribe to learn new knowledge every day.